Hello everybody, and welcome back to what I believe will be the final episode of Imperator in this mega campaign that we're going to do via non-importation. Every time we do this, every time we move to a different game, Carpetania will fall and rise again. I like this concept. I think it's a cool one. So we are going to have the Empire fall this episode, I think, because we're 5 years away from the end of the game. Actually, more like 4 years. We're very close to the end of this year. So I think we actually let this civil war happen. We could prevent it from happening. There's no doubt about it. We could definitely prevent the civil war. But I do want to... Does it really matter what we make this be at this point? Let's just put in 3 mills here. We'll call that good. That'll be fine for now. What do we have over here? We can definitely put in a training camp. Okay, cool. Down this direction, we've got a tax office. I just want to get all these buildings building. It doesn't exactly matter, of course, because the game is going to be over shortly. And we're not going to be importing this. We're going to be starting over in Crusader Kings. So that will be absolutely great. And we'll see how far we end up going in Crusader Kings. That will be on the new version with the new... Is it an expansion? I think it's a smaller sized DLC. What do we want down over here? They produce salt. We'll make it be slaves. Cool. That'll be fine. We'll put in a foundry. That's good. What else do we need? We've got a number of cities down over here that actually need construction. We can make this be like a manpower city, something like that. That'll be fine. We're basically out of gold now. So let's put in something like an academy here, and that'll be good. Okay, so we're going to have a civil war breaking out in 21 months. And I doubt that we're going to end that civil war before the end of the game. So this is what it's going to be, right? We're going to be jumping forward like 700 years between Imperator and Crusader Kings. A great servant of the Republic, indeed. Divicus would no longer be a great family. Let's actually have her lose 50 loyalty. We're kind of making bad decisions because we've gotten decadent, right? At this point. Yes, we could maintain this empire. I'm 100% certain about that. And also, to be clear, I'm pretty sure we would win this civil war. But we're just going to say that this civil war ends up completely shattering the empire and move into Crusader Kings, where we need to build it again from scratch. So that's going to be absolutely great. And that also means that each of these series is going to be much more standalone than in previous mega campaigns, and I like that concept. I think a lot of people struggle with the length of mega campaigns and getting all the way through it, and with good reason. I would too, to be quite honest. I would struggle with that. Let's get our first army of the Legion of Lusitania drilling, and we can certainly think about expanding our military here. We can bring this up by 3, and we wanted to bring this to like 22 and 11. Okay, I see. So we can bring this up by 3. We'll, I think, just increase our supply trains. There we go. That'll do for now. We're oversized on the Legion of Lusitania. Legion of Baetica can be grown, so I think that we need a unit of archers here. Tarraconensis, we could certainly consider putting in... We can get up to 3 units. Okay, so we could definitely put in a heavy infantry cohort. We could put in a pair of archers, like that, just to even that all out. Looks good. And actually, the Legion of Galicia can be expanded quite a lot. We'll bring this up to 10 cavalry units. We'll bring it up to something like that. And we're at 6,612, so we can add in like 1 of each of these until we run out of space here. And that's where we run out of space. Cool. So we'll do exactly that. That is fine. Wonderful. So our legions are embiggened. And we do need to continue, at least until the Civil War breaks out, we need to continue working on our cities. And that's going to break out in 14 months right now. How would a governor manage without slaves? Indeed. We're going to put in a couple of academies and a library here. What else do we need for city buildings? This is all over the place. Okay, let's make this be a research city. Beautiful. What else do we have going on? Out over this way, we could certainly consider making this be also a research city. I feel like we're doing okay on income, and we should definitely boost up our tech. I think that's pretty clear. We do have some malices on our tech, though. So we're definitely doing better than it looks like. I think there's no doubt about that one. But we could certainly come down here, ditch at least one level of port, but I don't think we need either level of port here. We could instead make this also be a research city, and I think that's absolutely fine. We'd have a risk of rebellion here, which is exactly what we want here at the end of this episode. So that's great. So Rome is a thing that exists, but Rome will also fall over this time, right? Rome will cease to exist and will become just the Byzantines. And yeah, that'll be absolutely fine. No problem there. We're losing stability at a pretty speedy clip here. No doubt about that. We could turn this around. We definitely could. But I'm actively choosing not to here. And also, this is kind of the way that empires just went in this time period, right? You'd have this happen, and then they would get, like, complacent. The term that is frequently used is decadent. And they would turn inward, and they'd just stop caring about the things that actually mattered. And then they'd fall to inner turmoil. Or external invasion. But usually inner turmoil combined with external invasion. So yeah, that's absolutely fine. We can definitely go that route, and we'll start rebuilding this again in Crusader Kings. I think that's absolutely great. So this civil war is going to break out in 7 months. We are going to fight it. The real question is, how many of our legions are going to go with? I don't know. That's going to be interesting. We'll see how this plays out. We're making no effort to stop this civil war. So that's absolutely great. It's currently 3 BCE. The question is this going to be a short episode? I think that's actually possibly going to be the case. But that's maybe not the end of the world. We'll just wrap it up, and we've got 4 months until our civil war here. 24% of the total power base is disloyal, and we'll see what they want to do. We can continue to... Oh, granaries have been raided. This guy can cover the costs. That's absolutely fine. We're going to put in an additional academy and a library down here. I also want to continue to work on building, honestly, another research city. There we go. Beautiful. Yeah, these numbers are going to come back up eventually. Well, actually, they might not. We're going to have the rebellion, and then the game's going to end. So they're probably not going to recover all that much before the end of the game. We'll see. 2 months until this civil war. Beautiful. Let's see what this brings. Donus Divicus died. Okay. They're still considered scorned, and there's a lot of disloyal provinces here. This isn't shocking, of course. And there we go. So we've got a civil war. So it's out over here almost entirely. There's a little bit of it over this way. So this is not tremendously scary. But we'll definitely make our way over. And this can be, you know, just like the start of the problems that our empire has, right? This can be the spark that sparks future rebellions. Absolutely. We're going to move on in and get all of these places taken over. Now, it's going to be a little bit. They're going to take over some territory of their own. No doubt about that. What have they got here? Okay. I'm wondering if we're going to win this. They're moving out into this pass right now, I think. Why is this not saying there's going to be a battle here? Do they get out in time? Oh, they do. Wow, they're fast. Okay. Let's chase them down a bit. Yeah, we're going to catch them there. Beautiful. And I want to continue to work on eliminating some of these armies here. Oh, they're so weak. Okay, beautiful. So they're in retreat, and we're going to head over this direction for now. We do need to chase down their armies, right? That is a pretty high priority here. They're going to keep taking territory. And maybe, like, Rome declares war on us after this rebellion, or maybe there's additional rebellions that spring up. I mean, we know that we're going to have some disloyal provinces. There's a lot of scenarios that this can lead to, right? So this sort of instability is definitely the kind of thing that can bring down an empire, even though it's quite manageable at this point. Or at least it appears to be. It's definitely the kind of thing that can do that. So we're going to cap this area and continue to press on through here. We're fighting these battles. The Siege of Choba is won, and we're going to head down this direction. Beautiful. So we're looking right now to eliminate armies. That is our primary goal at this point, but we're not going to have this done before the end of the game. I'm pretty certain that we are not going to complete this rebellion by then. It'll take time. So we're heading on down. The question is, do we keep going after the end of the game to squash the rebellion if the time on the clock is too low for the episode? It might be. We'll see. We'll head on down southward here, and we did stack wipe somebody up over this direction. We should walk in and fight these guys. They're running away from us. That's not shocking. But we'll catch them there. Scorn from the oligarchs. Yeah, sure, do it. And you can see our stability is continuing to drop, which is exactly what we expect when we're not paying attention to our stability. And we have 60 AE and we had 80 AE. These are definitely things that we fully expect. No doubt about that. So we're going to continue chasing down these armies. And this is definitely the twilight years of this empire at this point. Beautiful. So, we definitely want to move up this way. I'd like to catch this force. That would be great. But we're going to cap this back for now. And these guys are still running. Okay, sure. That's reasonably expected. We're going to see about catching this force up here. Hopefully we manage to pull that off. And up we go. Beautiful. So we did catch this force. Excellent. We should come over here and see about catching this Carpetanian revolt force. No problem whatsoever here. Honestly, I'm a little surprised Rome hasn't declared on us right now. If I was Rome, I would be incredibly strongly thinking about declaring on us. Is there really no road connections over here? I think that's just a display bug. I do think that's just a display bug. I'm going to put these guys onto Carpet Siege for right now so that we don't have to micro them. There are no enemy armies in that area, so they're just going to siege. I'm not seeing enemy armies up here. We may have stack wiped this one. In which case we should head on over here and begin up a siege. I would love to catch some of the forces that are out over here. Yeah, there's absolutely nothing down to the south. Okay, so we're going to head up over this direction and see about taking out these guys. Fingers crossed that we'll succeed on that front. We're not currently going to catch them. We'll see if we catch them here. We're no longer importing olives and horses. Sure. Okay. It's currently... we have just over a year left, I believe. I looked up the end date. I believe it ends on, like, January 1st, 1 CE. So, and remember, there is no year 0. So we'll see how that ends up going, if my research is correct. I do want to think about eliminating some of these forces. They're hard to catch. We could split up. That is definitely an option. And probably a good one. But we're continuing to make our way through these sieges. Fantastic. I actually do want to make our way down and see if we catch that force. That would be great. This actually sieged already, which is really fast. Remarkably so. Cool. So let's get this all taken over. No problem whatsoever here. And these guys are heading northward. Okay, we're keeping an eye on that. We won a battle here. That's great. I would love to catch this force. They're currently walking away from us. We'll see what ends up happening with that, but I believe that there's only 2 remaining armies. So, I mean, we've got this in the bag. It's just a matter of time, right? We're going to chase these down while we siege back over here. And we're going to continue to chase down this army. We don't have Quick March, which is, of course, mildly awkward for us. Wow, that siege ended already. I'm going to put these guys on Carpet Siege. Untiring Devotion, 3 free stability. Okay, that's nice. Wonderful. And I have no idea where these guys are going. But we're going to go around on the roads over here. They're turning around. Okay, we're going to head northward on the roads here. And see about catching them there. And yeah, because we were on the road, we absolutely catch them. I'm hoping that to be a stack wipe. And it was. So we're going to put them on Carpet Siege as well. How are things going over this way? Okay, we've kind of missed. We're going to turn around and head back. This is the only army remaining, I believe. Okay, there's one up here. Never mind. So it's not the only army remaining, but it is certainly one of the few remaining armies. So we've got this territory relatively under control. And we've got, in theory, about 6 months left. In theory. Okay, there's another army that raised up over here. Sure. So let's see if we can catch our way through here. I don't think we do. I really, really don't. But we do catch this. Wonderful. And that was a stack wipe somewhere. I don't know where, but it wasn't this. We're going to head down and eliminate this stack if we can, and then we'll go on Carpet Siege. These guys are, of course, Carpet Sieging here. We'll get a rival going, because what could possibly go wrong with that? Phenomenal. Oh, they're heading out over here again, leading us on this chase. Awkward. We've already experienced this chase. We know it's not great. I'm going to actually split our unit. Okay, that's in 3 legions. I only meant to split it once. And we'll select these guys, and we'll get them sieging over here. These are the ones that are going to chase. Cool. The Galatian Civil War has ended. Okay. And we do have an Omen coming down here. Let's go for, I guess, pop assimilation speed is fine. But actually, we should go for manpower recovery speed. There we go. Beautiful. We might catch these guys here. No, we do not. It couldn't decide whether we were going to catch them or not. And in the end, we didn't. That's fine. We're going to get this siege done. We got another stack wipe done. It was not this one, though. These guys are definitely outpacing us. For now, let's just cap this back, I guess. And we'll see where they want to go. Okay, we'll head up over this way. They are off-road right now. So by using our road network, we might be able to make our way through here a little bit quicker, but our road network is slightly awkward over this way. So maybe not. Why are you guys all grouped together? Please come up over here. Oh, here we go. That's the end of the game. So we could continue playing here. I feel like this is a very, very short episode. I kind of want to keep going until we eliminate this rebellion. But at the same time, we're supposed to lose, right? The Empire is supposed to fall. So, I mean, we've got this under control. There's no doubt about that. I'm going to keep going here until we have this done. Or until it's time to put an end to the episode. Whichever happens first. So these guys are cleaning up this area up here. That looks good. We've got this under control. Let's head in here and see if we can catch that force. This siege is going to be done fairly soon. And yeah, there are no actual sieges to be done over here. So I'm going to put these guys over onto Carpet Siege. Now that they're actually split up and not just going to the same location. Ah, we need to come over here because we've missed that. I want to come up this way and see about catching this unit. So they're going into here. Okay. I'd love to catch some of these. But in the meantime, I'm going to have these guys on Carpet Siege. Beautiful. So we're going to catch at least one of these forces. There we go. That's a stack wipe. And what about this one? They're going out into here. We'll see if we catch them there. Looks like we're going to. Beautiful. So we know that they have a decent amount of troops up here still. And we're going to bring these guys back around. They're continuing to raise up additional forces over here, but that's fine. They're definitely losing a lot of ground here. But this is exactly what happens when we choose to not pay attention to internal instability, right? We'll see if we can get this stag. Perfect. So we successfully got a stag hunt going. Where did this army go? There was just an army right here that vanished. We shouldn't have lost vision on it. I don't know. That's very strange. We won a battle out over this way, and we're just going to continue to work our way through this. So these guys are going to move down over here for now. We need to move these armies back together. We've consolidated the African holdings back together, but this is clearly just the start of these rebellions, right? There's no doubt about that. Maybe it's from taking back the territory that the levy was from. I don't know. That might be the case. But this is just the start of these rebellions. Between that and constant warring with Rome, that will be the downfall of this particular empire. We'll take 6 stability, absolutely. And I want these guys to group up, or not group up a bit. I want them to spread out a bit. They're grouping up a little more than we'd like. Where are you going? You're on Carpet Siege. Why did you go there? That is a weird place to go. Okay, whatever. We're going to group these guys back up at their station point. That's absolutely fine. Out over this direction, we do have a couple of armies here. I'm going to move one army northward. And then you can head out over here. I guess we'll just manually command these. It's all on one screen anyway, so we're not too concerned about it. You guys can head up over here. And we're just going to work our way through eliminating this last little bit of enemy territory here. But this is the beginning of the end, absolutely. So, what ends up happening here? We should come up with a story of what happens to the Carpetanian Empire. This right here is the catalyst of the fall of the Carpetanian Empire. From here on out, our rulership is characterized by increasingly greedy, increasingly corrupt, and increasingly tyrannical leadership. This results in significant internal stability in the areas that we have failed to complete. Oh, we can actually recolonize this. Funny. This results in some situations, internal issues specifically in regions that we've failed to assimilate, like Africa in particular. We have significant unrest in Africa that takes a significant amount of our resources to handle. And our military becomes increasingly top-heavy and ineffective. As this happens, Rome notes our increased weakness and wages a series of wars on us and conquers northern Hispania, which then precipitates a full collapse of our empire. That's what ends up happening here, I think. A full collapse of our empire into a series of kingdoms that are not unlike the ones that exist at the beginning of Crusader Kings. We've not gotten this area. Okay. But actually, that didn't matter. They gave up. Beautiful. So, we win this particular engagement. Yes, we absolutely do win it. And we can get an invention here, too. We can grab something like, say, Divinely Guided for that sweet, sweet morale of armies that we were going for. So that's wonderful. We win that particular rebellion, yes. But that makes people realize that there's weakness here. Because that did cost us a lot. That put us pretty far behind. And then Africa starts to rise up against us. We have issues with Rome in the north. And then the entire empire ends up collapsing within the next 250 years or so. Kind of a Eastern Roman Empire situation that way. Cool. I like it. So I'm content with that. We're going to end this particular section of the series here. And next episode, we're going to pick up with Crusader Kings. But I'm going to give it a different title than Carpetanian Envelopment, just so that we know that it's a different thing. Like, it's going to be not an imported game, right? You don't have to have watched this series to watch it. So that's going to be the takeaway there. We're going to start up in Hispania, and we'll see how that ends up going. You can leave your offerings to the engagement gods in the form of likes, comments, subscribes, and bell ringings, and a very special thank you to all of the channel members for making this video possible, including ALS Gamer, Shadow Wolf, Andy McGar, Spartan News, Nick Smarty, Dimitri H, Punching the Microphone, Soccerman12 UK, Kentogan, and all the rest. And of course, you. Thank you for watching. If you'd like to support the channel, you can click the join button down below the video, and as always, I will see you all next time.